Invasion by Laren Grey. I live in a rural neighborhood in the middle of America. On the street, at least 3 American flags wave, sometimes from winds from the east and sometimes from the west, left and right. When something is wrong, the winds blow from north or south, and the flags don't seem to flutter patriotically. The sky in Texas defies physics. Somehow the horizon stretches beyond a 180-degree hemisphere. Seems to allow more room for birds to fly. Once upon a time, Texas was a dry state, a large brown carpet under a rich blue ceiling where wingspans float on rising heat. Now the state is tropical and green all year from the sky falling too often, and I notice the buzzards struggling to maintain lift. They perch more now, fat from ever-abundant roadkill, a result of more cars and more texting in less time. The deer went from grazing in the wild to wild gamblers in a forested casino. They bet it all on the asphalt tables, red or black. The riddle is strange to them, but they must face the odds. Once logical paths are now bisected by long gaps where giant pieces of steel hurl by at staggering speeds. The new beasts roar from miles away like casino lights on the Vegas Strip. There's no way to avoid it. Once they cross the roads, they seem to return to a state of immediate peace. Any person faced with such heavy tolls would be in a state of shock the rest of the day and take the pressure out on loved ones. But not the deer. They huddle together and graze on leftover blueberries that I never finish. I buy the bigger box at the store because I know they will eat what I don't finish. They look at me with steady eyes, bewildered as to why anyone would throw away blueberries. But I don't throw them away. I just throw them. Among this strange serenity, a white Labrador barks constantly. He seems to have an important message for some faraway land, a place only in his imagination, and I admire him for his dedication to a futile cause. It reminds me of the futility of being an artist, but futility does not reduce importance. We must live to bark, for once the barking stops, the flags all sag. The vultures spiral downward, the roads become too wide for the deer, and art collects dust. I could hear a war brewing that was closing in every day. The front lines reach and withdraw like an ocean shoreline. Destruction and creation, Horus and Set, darkness and light. Today the war got close. I looked out my window and saw a man with a weapon attached to his back. Giant trucks and mechanized vehicles rolled out and assaulted the neighbor's property. I was relieved that they were not home. They were somewhere on a tropical vacation, and I thought maybe that is what the Labrador had been barking about. But right now he was hiding in some bomb shelter as the fast attack swept through. As a final tactic, the man with the pack on his back waved a hose around that blew loud, hot air everywhere, as if he were trying to terraform Texas back to its original summer brown glory. Also futile. Leaves and grass clippings blew as high as the vultures, then rained down like the ashes of Hiroshima. The earth had been leveled flat, rendered unrecognizable. All birds and deer and lizards gone. Then a sudden silence, no wind, no trucks. The mechanized attack retreated over the horizon. I stepped outside, as anyone would after such an attack. Soon the exhaust of gasoline motors lifted and floated to heaven, and I saw various faces emerge from behind cedars and from under ancient rocks. The lizards looked at me sideways with pulsing throats. They watched me for signs of safety. Deer sank their heads to the blueberries again. The vultures lifted high. The Labrador sniffed the horizon and barked. Sparrows and cardinals raced from tree to tree, calling out the all-clear signal in medieval tones. The invasion was over, for now.